All right, so we fixed the me to Maynard problem. Let's see. Can you see something? I'll make sure it comes up on stream.
Something.
Okay, you're coming through on stream, folks.
Yes.
Oh, am I robot-y or?
A little bit.
Little bit.
It's better now, but just for a split second, you were.
All right, well, guys, I honestly don't know. We're taking the brute force approach to this. I don't have a good solution. Hopefully, this is all fixed though, and I'm gonna go forward pretending like nothing happened in hopes of us pretending nothing happened. But that was really weird because it completely, whatever happened, like I honestly don't know, it killed his sound, it killed my sound. So I've had this happen before where like, okay, one person's audio drops or maybe my mic gets muted because I'm a dummy, but that's not what happened there. That was just some weird glitch that I've never seen.
I actually was thinking, oh, maybe it's your sound card, but then the game sound was coming through okay, so it couldn't have been that.
Right? That's why I didn't even know it broke, because the game sounds were still working just fine.
Yeah.
Anyways,
weird.
We are in the lobby for True versus GuMiho. Change the stream title too. I've been on point with this today, actually. But yeah, True versus GuMiho. This is, yeah, dude. Every series been nailing it. True. Wow. I'm gonna jinx this now for the finals, right? But True versus GuMiho is the other qualification series, so we know Deer is going to be in BTSL season 1. Woo! Protoss. Now we're gonna find out whether it's a Terran or a Zerg. But looks like,
all right.
I think everyone's ready, so let's hop into it. True versus GuMiho, Acid Plant for map number 1. I'm really glad they finally fixed this one too, especially after the small, brief moment where it was a problem with Liberators at Leipzig.
That was at Backwater, wasn't it? The Liberators?
No, Acid Plant had the tubes on the behind the mineral lines.
Oh, that's right. A literal imbalance in the map.
Yeah, it wasn't even mirrored, but it's been fixed. It's been changed. It's all good now. It's not even in the map anymore. But two teammates, two Storm boys, rocking it out for this qualification series here for BTSL Season 1. Again, we're crossing our fingers and we're hoping for no hiccups as we get through this qualification set. In the top left, we have, of course, the Red Terran, GuMiho.
And in the bottom right, the madman himself. This is Storm's True.
Now, this is a really interesting matchup for me because if we rewound time, go back like half a year ago, I think this is actually the sickest TVZ ever. Maybe not ever, but pretty good. However, we have actually not seen much of True since he's gone to the States. Every time he goes, because if you guys don't know, he bounces back and forth between Korea and the United States quite a bit. And when he goes to the States, we don't actually see him in a lot of stuff. When he's in Korea, he plays in everything. GuMiho, on the other hand, who was playing in everything all the time, always, we know he took a bit of a break from Alima League and other things because he wanted to focus on GSL. And so we haven't seen a lot of him in 2018 at all so far. In fact, I'm not sure this is accurate, but it's probably one of 2 times we've cast him in all of 2018. So I'm really curious what kind of shape he's looking to be in. I think in the past, I favor GuMiho. I think he goes mech, and I think it looks fantastic. But I don't know nowadays.
Yeah, it's a kind of a tough one to talk about, but True has been relatively active this year, playing in a lot of online tournaments. I was trying to remember what I saw him in. I couldn't remember the tournament. It was actually Wardy's tournament that I saw True play a lot in.
Wardy Weekly?
The Wardy Weekly, yeah.
Good guy, Wardy. Oh, by the way, if you're fans of Wardy, if you haven't already seen, you hadn't heard, he'll be joining me for the European casts on Wednesdays, which this month happen to also be the same days we'll be running our amateur tournaments. So !NOOB, noob in chat if you want to look into those. But yeah, Maynard's going to be joining me for all the Korea casts in the morning, Wardy for the European casts, and Zombie Grub for the Asia Open casts.
Yes, sir.
It's a good crew of people.
It's not bloody bad. I think there might be one Korean one that I may have trouble with, but it's down the line. It's not for a while.
Thank you, because I thought that was going to go in the direction of, yeah, it's a good crew, but we have one guy who's not a WCS caster.
One little problem. No.
Feels bad.
No, that means very little.
It's all good, dude. If you gotta, that's the beautiful thing about the BTSL guys. With having Wardy and Maynard and Zombie all helping out, like we all cover each other for this too. So if there's gonna be days missing, we got people to fill in. It's great. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm really
if
happy
you fall,
too.
I will catch you.
Hey, I would love to fall into your arms, man. I would trust fall exercise the shit out of that. But I do love, again, we've actually got such wonderful sponsors, and because of this, we're paying all the casters. Like, I'm actually, for the first time in like 5 years of doing this, I have a salary set for myself for this tournament. It's great. I love this. So like I said, guys, we have all the money we need already to make this tournament happen. But if you do want to get involved, you want to hype it up further, you want to help us reach stretch goals later on, like I said, there's going to be cool rewards on Matcherino. Or if you're just a generous son of a gun like some of the people already are, you can just throw some bucks in too. Either way, I just want to I really want to lay it in thick that we are good to go for this tournament no matter what. This is going to happen. We got casters covered, we got players, we got prize pool. Wonderful things will happen over the next 3 months.
Yes, can confirm. We're having a pretty interesting opening here for GuMiho. This is the man himself, the mad scientist, Terran. Yeah. He's going for a Hellion drop with a medevac here, and he's going to follow that up with a Cloak Banshee. And he's going for Hellbats as well. This isn't just straight up Hellion. I mean, now it is, but it won't be later.
Well, this is such a cool move to do on this map. Because of the dead space in the main, it's usually hard to scout this. But True actually has a lot of Overlord coverage, so he saw the medevac come in. Sure, he doesn't see the Hellions unload, but he's got to know this is here, right? Right? Oh, God. Maybe not. Oh, jeez. Big hits off on these Hellions. 8, 9, something workers die. He's actually doing medevac micro to get around the Lynx, too. Oh, he accidentally leaves one. No, save him. Save Private Ryan. There's no reason to leave him. There you go.
Dude, I wanted to, like, Morty from Rick and Morty scream. Like, oh! Like, that's not supposed to happen. That's incredible amount of damage against True, and GuMiho loses absolutely nothing.
I don't know if it's okay to kill that many drones, Rick.
Oh, jeez, Rick. Now the Hellbats are coming.
There's a Nidus Orb coming out too, but I don't know if True's going to get the opportunity to use it, because GuMiho's looking to kill him on this side of the field. All these Hellbats and Hellions could easily take out these Queens. That Cloak Banshee, if the Queens go down, there's nothing left to shoot up. She's going to have a field day picking off everything.
Yeah, these roaches might even be dead. They might even make it into the Nidus here.
All the transfuses burned here are pretty bad too. This means that there's no transfuses for the Nidus, so even if he goes through with it, GuMiho might just kill it dead on arrival.
This Cloak Banshee is being so clutch for GuMiho, by the way, nailing these roaches from the high ground. The Queens taking a lot of damage. These Hellbats are in a medevac, which is sort of surviving here for now. GuMiho's trying to get a third base up. True still has that Nidus, obviously, but I don't know. There's not really much potency in a Nidus play right now, surely. Like,
but does GuMiho have the units to defend this? He's pulling back home. He's done a lot of damage. Yeah, Cyclone should be able to take this thing down pretty quick, actually.
Yeah. I don't see this.
Transfuses, guys.
Oh, he's got one transfuse. He's got two transfuses, actually. That Queen's got one more.
Yeah,
more
Cyclones are pretty good.
Out. Yeah, they are pretty good, Rifkin. They are pretty good. And with SCVs off the line, like, he can afford to lose these SCVs. It's no big deal. He has 3 CC.
Yeah.
So I feel like GuMiho holds here.
Yo, credit to True. He does get a lot of SCV damage done with this, but it's so all in, so unbelievably all in, and the Banshees still have no answer to them. I mean, they can cloak still too. I'm actually surprised he's not killing workers right now instead of chilling on a third base. I'm
surprised True hasn't GG'd, actually. That's what I'm...
Yes, there's that element as well, of course.
I feel like he's just super dead right now. His third's about to die. There's nothing he can do about it. There's no Spore. There's not enough Queens. These Banshees, like you mentioned, have the ability to cloak as well. He has Roaches. What are they going to do?
Where's that Roddy amount combo? He's super dead.
Yeah, Roddy SD if you have it in the chat.
I don't know that the Nidus Storm is going to see a lot more action, so wasting shots on it is actually not that big of a priority, although it might feel nice to get rid of the Nidus Storm. Just do it for wholesome prosperity. I'll get the tumor, maybe.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, like
another tumor.
The roaches are like, geez, I better go a counterattack. And then there's 2 Banshees. If they go and find these roaches, the roaches will just... Oh my god. And then they come home and the Banshees find them.
If only they could cheerleader totem pole, do a pyramid, get up there, shoot the Banshees. I'm telling you guys.
Give me an R, give me an O, give me an A.
Give me a G.
Give me a G. What does it spell? Get out of this game and go to map 2. He's going for a Spire here. I mean, yeah, I could maybe see a Spire bamboozling him a little bit, but there's already an armory. There's the ability to make a Thor very shortly for GuMiho, plus to attack as well.
I really think it'll take GuMiho being very complacent and playing poorly to lose this game, but Aspire is probably one of his best chances, to be honest. I mean, mech players typically push off the anti-air for so long. GuMiho, if he tunnel visions too much on the roaches, there's a small, very low chance Drew can make this work.
Yeah, there's a snowball's chance in hell. We've got 2 Thors already out on the way here for GuMiho. With again, they already have upgrades. They have +1 attack as well.
Snowball's chance in Sydney.
Sydney is pretty hot right now, man. That snowball would not last very long.
Yeah, it's actually really funny going through Twitch. So many Aussie streamers are dressing in like almost nothing, and not because they want lewd.
Dude, we're dying.
Like, yeah, everyone's dying of heat, man. Feels bad.
Yeah, Southern Hemisphere, dude. We're on fire.
All right, what do we have for anti-air? We got plenty of turrets coming down, a couple Thors. It's gonna be really hard to catch them off guard. I stay with full confidence that GuMiho still got this game. 4 Banshees as well. Yeah,
this is. Yeah, True is deader than Quake 1 deathmatch. This is not a winnable game for True anymore. I don't. Has he made anything with Aspire yet? Okay, he's made some mutas. The Thors are here though, so even though he's going to lose a chunk of his army, there is a follow up for GuMiho that's not holdable.
You can't say it like that. Say it right. Thors, yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, this is so bad.
I'm wasting away here.
I mean,
come on, not too.
They're not even bothering trying to shoot up. They know that they don't need to. It's just about doing as much damage to the ground as he can. He completely wiped out the ground army of roaches. There is actually, what, no roaches in play? None. It's 2 queens and 8 mutas. True is fully embodying Bly here, where he's just feeling so stubborn.
Yeah. Yeah. This is stubbornness at this point, guys. Like, what's True got going for him? Well, he doesn't have any upgrades. He has 30 less workers than the Terran, which is not very good. I think you'll agree. He's a base down on the Terran. Okay.
You know a lot of those movies, they have like the Indian burial grounds underneath the house and a,
like Pet Cemetery, yeah.
Yeah, so he's got the drone burial ground here, so just to build a base on top of this base, and then he'll have the supernatural on the side.
And then the poltergeist drones will scare him and kill his family, is that?
Yeah, dude, they'll hunt the shit out of him.
Yeah, that'll be super scary. Here come the Thors, speaking of scary.
Tell you what, you get haunted, you leave your computer, you're no longer there. I'm just saying.
All right, there we go. GG. GuMiho wins. That was a good game. GG.
Good game for GuMiho for sure. I will say this much for True. Like, he did go for an all-in that got caught. It's not just got caught, he also got. Like, that couldn't have gone worse for him in terms of what he was going for himself. Like, GuMiho been playing greedy, playing, CC, staying at home, all these other things. Nidus might have worked, maybe. Yeah,
I mean, if the roaches didn't die to like Banshees and Hellbats, and he had like a lot more, and GuMiho didn't do what he did. If GuMiho wasn't already killing True's drones while he was trying to go for a Nidus, then yeah, sure, but yeah, it's not the world we live in. GuMiho is 1-0 up.
Whoa, True wants Eastwatch. Dude, nobody picks Eastwatch. This map has been played like once on BaseTradeTV through all of DreamHack and every cast since.
Maybe he likes trains.
I kind of forgot there's train tracks on this map, but you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's make sure we get everyone invited in here promptly so you guys can see this.
People in chat are like, I still play Quake 1 Deathmatch, man.
I still play Halo 1. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Guys, Quake 1 Deathmatch was my jam. A lot of people don't know this, but I was the best Quake 1 player in South Australia in the late 90s. Isn't that sad?
Maybe other people who like Quake 1 are also from Sydney. See if there's a connection there.
I actually got a... I used to play with a guy from Germany called SK Kane. Is like one of the founders of SK. You guys know, like the big international brand. Okay. And he wants to battle me in Quake again. That'd be cool. It's very old school.
Nice. I wish you the best of luck if and should it go down.
Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. He's way better than I am.
Well, that's when you challenge him to StarCraft after losing, though, dude.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. StarCraft 1v1. He's fucking deuced. He's toast, dude. I got this.
Yeah, I have the Jarkon mode, if you know what that is. All right, folks. Game number 2 kicks off here. It's still the qualification series. He's leading and 1 map away from locking his spot into the BTSL Season 1. Top right side of the map, we got the Brit Terran GuMiho.
Nice. And in the bottom left here, this is Psystorm Gaming's True. Now, one thing I like about Eastwatch is the colors are so vibrant. Look at these bases. They're so beautiful. Everything's like, the gamma's been turned up to 11. I love it.
Yeah, actually, in a quick, I guess, view of the map, because it has been so rarely seen on stream, Eastwatch doesn't have a lot of super crazy dynamics to it as far as like mains and naturals. There's that other new map, I can't remember the name of it. It's got like that third you can secure pretty easily, but Eastwatch is surprisingly big. It's got these cool looking train tracks, but the most interesting part of the map for me, you guys probably have noticed looking at the mini map, there's a lot of terraforming you can do on this map. A lot of rocks you can knock down, a lot of walls you can create. But like I said, we've cast like 1 or maybe 2 games on it, so I don't really know what this is looking from like from the pro perspective. And True was pretty quick to pick this as his loser's choice map, so I'm curious what he's got cooking for this map.
My guess is that he's going to be taking the gold base pretty quickly in this game. If not for a natural, definitely for a third. There is a gold base not too far away from your natural. It is a little bit tougher to defend, and generally you want to, you know, if you're playing a regular game, go up the North Path expansion. But this gold is just so enticing for Zergs. Zergs really love having gold bases.
I was just actually wondering, is this the only new map that has a gold base? Just
there's not one in Backwater, so yeah, maybe? I think so.
Yeah, it's kind of just, tickling my brain there. But, well, I'm sure this is going to lead to a trolley question. I'm going to answer it seriously. Morganaut says, can we pick which caster to feed? So, first off, yes, if you really want to donate to just Maynard or just myself, you can go to each of our individual Twitch pages. But just know that everything we get here on BaseTradeTV, I always split 50-50 with whoever I'm working with on the day of. So there's your very real answer to what I'm sure is just set up to be a dick.
You're probably being a douchebag, but just in case you're not, there's the actual answer. There you go. So we have the the Reaper from GuMiho coming out and just making sure that nothing's there at that gold base. Also, you know, sometimes the Lings go around that path when they're trying to go around the outside. True actually is going to take that path with his Lings, and he has a few more Lings than you generally see at the early stages of this game. And he's going to have speed pretty shortly as well. It's going to hit by the time he gets over to GuMiho's ramp.
Yeah, this isn't a timing that's going to pick off much, and let's just quickly look to see if there's an Evo chamber. Nothing to elevate her up here.
Yeah, Hellions are on the way here for GuMiho. Now, oh, sorry, Cyclones are on the way for GuMiho. Now, that actually might hurt him quite a bit here because Cyclones take a little while to come out versus Hellions quite quickly.
Oh, you know, actually kind of neat about these Lings. I don't know if this is how it'll play out. She's actually got really good map vision in terms of like what comes out of GuMiho's base. If he sees the Hellions or the Cyclones or whatever he doesn't know that's being made leave, then he goes in with like 6 Lings. He can kill a lot of SCVs, but most importantly, stop a push. He'll have to turn around and come back. Indeed.
You got GuMiho's Reaper leaving that natural there, so GuMiho doesn't have. I mean, he's got this Cyclone, but doesn't have a ton to his name here in the natural. True's just, like you said, got a bit of a contain. He's got all the information in the world. He controls the map right now, and he's going for a Ling ferry into the main base. GuMiho has not seen this. He's in the dark.
And so is True, actually, because there's no vision up here whatsoever. So fully unloads. Not that many Lings, but still catches GuMiho off guard. I love that he sends a couple of these out, too, to check the ramp, see if anything's coming. It's not going to get that many SCVs, but this did take a lot of attention away from GuMiho.
Certainly did, and GuMiho, strangely enough, is making these Cyclones and then getting bio upgrades and double engineering bay. So he's going to play bio here, but just early for Cyclones in the early stages. Generally, when GuMiho makes Cyclones, I expect that armory, I expect +1 mech, right? But
yeah.
Huh.
Well, what's really interesting is True, if he really wasn't paying attention, he's screwed himself here. But he's had all the information to know what's going on. He didn't see the double engineers at the front, but he did get to see the tech lab spinning. There's no reason for this to be doing anything if it's not going to be bio.
Right. And True, you know, if he's paying attention and his cylinders are all firing in his brain engine, then sure, he'll identify that and he'll know what he's up against. And True is... It's amazing me that True hasn't taken that gold base. It just feels like such a True thing to do. GuMiho's even looking for it first.
Yeah, actually, this is hilarious. Completely skipping past his base. So this might be specifically why he didn't take it. I mean, yes, they are teammates, but they've also got a long and frankly rich history of fighting each other.
They certainly do. Oh, this Reaper. On the wrong side of the tracks, Kappa.
Well played. He hops up here to see the wall, but he sees the double engineering base. So if he did somehow miss it, he now knows exactly what's going on. He won't have to worry about the question of mech. He might even get us surrounded these Cyclones. Actually, a lot of Zerglings could easily kill these 4 Cyclones.
I think those Lings can win this fight.
Ooh. Backs up to the mineral lines.
Cyclones are dead.
The
Cyclone's not going to win this fight.
I mean, it's the best engagement you could hope for, but he is dead. Yeah, super dead. Third CC's...
Now...
Wait, he's taking the gold? Of both these players, he's the one to take the gold?
Interesting. And he's going for bio as well with that gold. True breaks off one, Ling finds that gold base. GuMiho's in a big trouble.
True, though. I guess Bailey Nest is on the way. Burrow's a little bit unconventional, but that would be cool for this map, actually. A lot of spots you can just burrow Zergling to see all the movement.
Wow, so True's got to be thinking about the third base right now. He may even try and bust GuMiho here with this amount of Lings. I just have so many.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I know there's been a lot of criticism to Rogue, but I've been watching Solar play just recently, and a lot of these other Zerg players who are still copying Rogue's style of just going like really insanely bandling heavy. I'm wondering if True will also be one of those guys, because it works so damn well when it works.
Oh yeah. And it looks so cool. They're like when a Zerg player is as good as Rogue or you know or any of those players with their banelings, it actually doesn't feel like you can win. Like there's no point where your army has a chance. So the best splits in the whole world doesn't matter if you have as many banelings as there are Marines, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that base. Goodness gracious.
Well, Bailey's speed is still only halfway done. These are going to struggle to get connections. He knows it too, so very on top of these medevacs with the Zerglings because he has to be.
The concussive shell's on the way here for GuMiho, which is interesting. He's got 2-2 on the way. He has combat shield and stim. Concussive shell slows units down. If you guys don't realize, like if you're not regular StarCraft viewers coming from the front page, it slows units down, which can be nice against things like banelings and that sort of thing, which targets to pick off. But Lings, which is primarily what True's army is, doesn't really help out at all. And these Marines are in a nice little spot here. That Widowmine gets a nice juicy hit.
A lot of blood on the ground for that Widowmine, Maynard. Holy guacamole. Yeah.
Damn.
Well, we're not quite at Hive Tech, but True's been rushing it out. No Hydra investment whatsoever. The Hydra den here even exposed on the front line. Widowmine looking for another shot. Gets an... Oh, no, not even okay. It was bad. A bad Widowmine shot goes off. GuMiho's running out of steam on that front line. He's also got his reinforcements getting cut off by some Zerglings that run behind this. Love this move out of True. Because this was supposed to be his weak point. This is like you're moving to Hive Tech, you don't have a lot of techie units, you've not a lot of Gaspment and banelings. Like this was when GuMiho was supposed to kill that base. This is when GuMiho was supposed to really punish him. But he doesn't, and now True's on Hive Tech.
And a little thing on the other side of the map as well, forced GuMiho to force out a scan there to get rid of those Lings that were burrowed in that mineral line, utilizing that burrow upgrade. GuMiho is going for a fusion core here. Now, normally I would say that this is for ranged liberators, but this is GuMiho. So it may,
don't say it.
May not be.
I want it to happen so badly, just don't say it. We can't afford to jinx this.
Yeah. You know, BCs are pretty good against Ling Bane, just saying.
BC also happens to be where the tournament finals will be happening.
Haha!
All right, we got him splitting. We got multitasking, attempting to go down here, but it's difficult to find space, much less the opportunity. True's pretty quick to respond to all of these attacks. In fact, I'm even having trouble keeping up with it, but True somehow does.
Burrowing the Queen to get out of dodge. Widowmine gets a good cluster of Lings there. 3-3 and Advanced Ballistics is going down. Womp womp. It's actually Liberators.
For now.
For now.
He says hopefully. This spot is pretty abusive by the mineralize. Nicely done, but still gonna get pushed off. Downside to what we've seen, no Hydras, no Mutalisks. There's been nothing to really push back these medevacs. I mean, a couple Hydras starting now. I think True getting frustrated with the fact that he's not been able to catch these. But, oh, wait, did he actually put anything into Hive Tech? Like, Spire, Ultra Cavern? Nothing.
It got Adrenal.
That's true, and there are some styles of, like, Ling Hydra you can still play in the late game, but you'd really expect Ultra Cavern at least for the just-in-cases.
Ouchies. Ouchie pouchies. Those Marines going down on a couple Banes. Rorna getting cleaned up by the Lings as well. Hydra's on the way now for True, but of course it's all about those 3-3 melee upgrades. Amazed that we're not seeing an Ultraless Cavern from True. And I mean, I know that he's making the Hydras because he has to make anti-air units. Yeah. He's just getting all the upgrades that synergize so well with an Ultra transition.
But there's no Ultras transition. This is what's so weird. Like,
yeah.
It's funny because for GuMiho, what's actually really interesting is by going Mass Liberators will not be that effective against this many Banelings and Zerglings. This goes back to what I was talking about, that Rogue style. When I say Rogue style, guys, I'm always referring to the fact that there'll be 50-something Banelings on the field because you can't kill them in time is usually how it plays out. But Terran players also usually don't have Widow Mines. So very interesting dynamic coming down here. 46 Banelings ready to roll literally into that army.
Yeah, but GuMiho has almost 3-3 upgraded bio and a bunch of Widow Mines. Hold that thought. A bunch of Banelings coming in here for third base. A bunch of them died to the Liberators before they found a cluster, and I think a lot of those Banes are going to die. Oh, the borrowed ones. Oh!
God, so close!
Oh, God, that's bad for your heart rate. But, well, yeah...
This is a highly trafficked area, though. There's a good chance that if True actually leaves those there, it will be worth his time investment. So a lot of Baneling landmines set up over here as well. Not on the creep, looking for a big shot.
He's going to lose everything. Oh, my... No, what? True, please. You were going to kill 20 supply Marines right there.
He's blue balling me so bad right now, Maynard. He's blue balling me so bad right now.
I'm never going to sleep with these blue balls, man.
Well, it still might work out if he retreats on top of them, but that's a pretty big if. The Bio's hugging that cliff, not going close. He burrows them just to roll them in. Gets an okay connection, but nothing as amazing as had he been paying attention earlier.
Oh, man. True actually probably could have ended this game if those 3 Banelings hit 20. Those old Marines, and it was so dead, dude. We just wasn't looking. It was bad.
Could have been real bad. But at the same time, GuMiho, very happy he didn't walk into some Banelings. He might not know it, but he is.
Yeah.
The Lings are still dealing with the bio really well, though. This is pushing it off. You gotta keep in mind, like, so much of the suppliers in these Liberators and these medevacs, but rather than turn around and deal with that, he's just going full bore across the map. Some very exposed barracks built out here. What? There's still plenty of space in the main. Why? Why?
Yeah, this is odd. This is odd. True and GuMiho are very stylistic players. We have the Planetary getting targeted down here by these 3-3 Adrenal Lings. Look at their damage output. It's not bad.
No building armor. That thing goes down like crazy fast. Still pushing over here with a majority medevacs. I'd love to see just a couple Corruptors, man. He would have no problem said he built a Spire, but no Spire to be seen. Hydra starting to push in here. Remember, they don't really have upgrades, guys. They're just a +1.
They don't actually need upgrades. They got +3 armor, but they don't need attack upgrades to do tons and tons of damage against a Marine bio army. In fact, True even getting a Infestor to help out with these Hydras to lock down the bio a little bit easier. Oh, what am I pulling? They're out of range. I think GuMiho, if he doesn't take a really good fight, is very, very close to dead.
Yeah, 29 SCVs, and he actually lost the Planetary. I mean, that is pretty devastating. You can float a command center over from the main, sure, but it's not going to make up for those SCVs lost. Surprisingly low SCV death in general this game, by the way.
Yeah. Just the SCVs of that third base, so I guess that fourth Planetary.
Yeah, a lot of trading with army for army, and that's where True's magnificent shines through. 385 Zergling seems crazy high, but it's also very cheap, very expendable units.
Man, no Hive Tech other than Adrenal, just straight up Ling Hydra with Infestors here from True. And you know what? It may get the job done. Even though GuMiho's army is quite scary.
He just broke his whole army. The weirdest misclick cost him a lot of his Banelings.
And also the Infestor that he made. that was actually going to be very useful.
What? I mean, I love True to death, and he's been playing this game well to a point, but now these are like really weirdly basic mistakes. Not something I would expect someone like True to make, is what I'm trying to say here. Good Fungal comes down, though. Hydra's starting to clean this up. Big attack on the top side, force another lift off, but he's going to lose the infestation pit. What?
Did True throw here? It's kind of like a throw.
We're in the middle of base trade territory, so it's hard to say yet. GuMiho is actually losing a lot. He lost 2 of his outer bases. He doesn't actually have enough money. Stuff. That's true, yeah. But that's correct, I should say.
That's true. That's Storm Gaming's true. There's one Investors here who doesn't have enough energy for anything right now, so it's just borrowed onto the Liberators.
Has
do have the Tyrant.
Yeah, there's kind of working. Oh, he got desperate, though. He stopped to attack the Widow Mines. Meanwhile, though, he is going ham on the other side of the field. Like, GuMiho has had to lift everything at this point. If, and this is a big if, True can find a way to hold on at home, he's got this game.
Oh, the Baneling.
He's not going to use it.
Baneling, actually.
He's not going to use it.
Oh, my God.
Oh, he gets the scan. He gets to use it.
JK, LOL. You see, how does he stop this bio now?
Yo, it's really low. These medevacs are empty. If he could just get like 1 or 2 Baneling connects, like not even great connects, but just like 1 or 2 minor hits, he could take out a lot of this.
Just 1 or 2 connects.
Hell, a single fungal kills half the army. He doesn't have the energy for it, though.
Right, yeah, that's true. Oh, that's correct, I should say.
So GuMiho's, he's got the flotilla here as his bases fly across the map, try and land. Look for some scans, get anything he can.
This is what I call full.
This is so sick.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's so amazing.
Oh, but this is also pretty sick. If he has to walk down April, he doesn't pick up and leave.
Oh my God. I'm really excited for the next few seconds of this game.
He's just run a scan. God. He doesn't actually have a scan to see these. Come on, True. Bait him. Bait him. Find a way. No, the scan! Oh!
2,000 IQ, GuMiho.
Oh, Fungals are ready, though.
Yes, and there are a lot of Adrenal 3-3 links here, which could win this fight. GuMiho, the body block with the Marauders is so sick.
True's got a base going up here, though. A lot of drones left. 38 drones still in the field. This game, for me, still leans in the favor of True if he doesn't throw it here. He just has to keep GuMiho busy, not actually fight.
Oh, the hatchery's dead. He's got that hatchery. So True, like you said, has that base in the top right. Also, if GuMiho is trying to win this game with a base trade, has to kill all the structures of True, and True's structures are everywhere.
Oh, why? GuMiho's actually, he can't do anything. He's mining right now with mules, but he's got no SCVs and supply block. He literally can't do anything. He can't build a new SCV. He can't start putting down supply depots.
No, he has to lose 20 supply of his army, which may still happen, but it'll probably end the game.
Yeah, this is coming down really tight, but this is looking like True's got this. It will take a tremendous throw. He's got a fully saturated base. It's just so funny watching scans come from this orbital, man. Like,
man. And obviously with the creep here, GuMiho can't wall off with these structures or anything like that. Like, he just using them for scouting right now.
He's staying pretty split.
On the Nevex as well. Little bit of energy on the Nevex now, so you can see can get a stim out cost free.
Ooh, but True's got a lot of Banelings coming out. This is going to get to that point now where you don't have to play cost effective, but True's supply block. So this is everything versus everything for both these players. And the high ground, Anakin!
Prequel memes! The Fungals, though. There's so much energy on that Infestor. I actually kind of agree with you. I think True just has the better army.
Oh, that pickup. Is he getting jebaited? He's getting jebaited. It's going to wall off. No. 200 IQ wall off right now.
That's a 300 IQ wall off if I've ever seen one.
Actually, it's not. It's not a full wall off if that barracks lands.
Oh my god, it's not a full wall off. It's a negative 10 IQ wall off. GuMiho just lost a lot there.
This was a good way to take an engagement, though. Like, credit where it's due for GuMiho, right? But this is a lost cause. He knows it. GG! What a series! True ties it up 1-1.
Wow.
Yes! Go True.
That was one of the most entertaining games of StarCraft 2 I've seen in a while. That was really, really fun.
I love when it gets down to the wire and you know players don't have a ton of practice in this situation. Like, sure, they've been here once or twice, but like nobody knows it. Nobody's like ready to go with it. Oh, yo, this is like the series of all new maps, man. Abiogenesis or Abiogenesis, man.
Abiogenesis.
I hate this map name.
This is a map where I would expect True or GuMiho to pick it in a series, but against each other, how do you even guess what happens in this game? For you guys that aren't aware, Abiogenesis is the current map in the ladder map pool that has the shortest rush distance. It is a very two-base all-in kind of map. Or even one-base all-in. Like, it is a all-in kind of map. I don't even know where you take your fourth on this map, Rifkin. I've not seen one. I swear.
See, a lot of games don't go to fourth, man, because of how short it is.
Yeah. I know. This is a hard one to predict. I honestly don't know who this game and as a result this series. It's so hard to predict.
Okay, let's not go with predictions. Let's go for once, because the winner fights Deer for seeding. Which match do you want to see more? GuMiho versus Deer or True versus Deer?
Oh, I want to see GuMiho versus Deer. I want to see what his TVP's like now. I know what True's ZvP looks like. Lots of Lings, lots of Hydras.
Well, folks, things have been tied up 1-1 for these Psystorm boys. Only one can qualify through this first qualifier. But reminder, there's 4 in total. And technically, Korean players are open to play in the Asia Open tournament as well. So 7 qualifiers, technically, in total for them beyond this one. So I don't think we'll be too upset. I'm sure we'll see one of these boys qualify at some point. But for this first one, who's it going to be? Bottom right side, the Red Terran GuMiho.
And in the top left, this is True. A lot of people thought that True was, a bit of a meme after, he came to our area. Oh, rather, by our area, I mean, like, he came to WCS, he came to the foreign side of the lake, and decided to just go ahead and win a WCS. He won Montreal as soon as he landed in NA, became part of Psystorm, got himself a ticket to BlizzCon. And ever since then, people have been like, well, what's True up to? What's he been doing?
Yeah, ain't no thingy time for him.
Yeah. But he started turning heads again around BlizzCon. I think it was around about BlizzCon. I'm pretty sure he took a map off Innovation. I think it might have been on Interloper or something like that. Like, taking a map off Innovation around BlizzCon was pretty amazing for someone like True, where a lot of people would count him out. But True's like he's the kind of player that when you count him out, that's when he wins.
I always... For a long time, I don't know if you remember, because this is a Zerg name, not a lot of people remember, but there was a guy named Minato in Europe for a while.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
I could only best describe Minato's playstyle to me. It was kind of like the Zerg version of Drunken Boxing, and he'll always have that title. But for me, True would be like the next player under him sometimes. But yeah, I don't know. He's a bit of a wild card, a bit of a crazy guy. We'll see how he does versus GuMiho in this one. This short rush distance, though, I feel it's almost like a bait. Like, it's so tempting to do something rushy, but at the same time, knowing you're going into this really tough situation with bad ramps, and I don't know. I really would actually hope True doesn't do anything too all in this game. I would love to see him play this out. I'd love to see a longer game like we saw last time. I think his link control was great. There's something to be said about his banelings and his burrow control, but his link control is great, and he knows how to handle himself.
Thing is, though, if this game, I feel like if this game goes for a long time, it's very Terran favored. There are a lot of cliffs to abuse. It's very good for siege tanks. A lot of choke points as well, which are obviously good for liberators and, again, siege tanks, bioballs, that sort of thing. I feel like this is a pretty good Terran map in general. If it goes to that point, I was actually fully expecting True to go for a 2-base like Road Ravager all in, or even like the 12 Pool Ravager, or even Proxy Hatchery like what Leonok did. On this map, but we're seeing a regular game out of True so far.
One of the other weird things about Abiogenesis or man, seriously, map makers, just start calling your maps called Steve or something. I'll say it right every time. But we saw some cool mind games out of this map on DreamHack casting. I mean, you guys had your games on the main stage, obviously, but back here with Tempo, we saw some really cool stuff where people were hiding techs in the corner of their base and they weren't putting their naturals down where you'd expect, and it was messing with scouting a lot. But with GuMiho having walled off and playing this normal, there's no actual mind games being played. Just big exposed mains now might be a bit of a red flag for Nidus. Otherwise, pretty normal game so far. But with Hellbats on deck.
Yeah. Yeah. There's going to be Hellbats here and maybe a Banshee follow-up as well. We have... oh, actually, no starport from GuMiho, so never mind. The tech lab going down was just on these barracks. So... huh. Interesting that there's no starport. I would have expected that at this point. He's just pumping out those Hellions, going for a push here.
Queens don't have a lot of energy. This catches at just that right time. This is actually... is there even a single transfuse? No. So it's going to trans-lose a lot of these Queens.
Oh my god. The high energy Queens are the ones that are dying as well. These are the ones that had a chance to transfuse.
Yeah. It's the age-old saying, Maynard. You gotta transfuse it before you trans-lose it. But funny enough, while this goes on, looks like some lanes managed to slip by, and while GuMiho kills a lot of Queens, True kills a couple of workers.
Yeah, he certainly does. A couple of workers go down, but GuMiho's been forcing a lot of not drone through, which is the power of the Hellbat attack. So the worker count's quite close.
Yeah, I guess only 2 Queens actually died too. I thought that 4 did for some reason, but I guess yeah, 2 survived. So this actually ends up kind of trading out evenly. I would have to say, nothing too insane.
Not really. And GuMiho's just going for a 3rd base here, so playing pretty regular and true. He's going for Roaches. Roaches can be good for a little while, but again, I gotta say, like in the later stages of the game, unless you have like a 70-80 supply army lead, your Roaches aren't going to do so great against a mech Terran, and GuMiho is making it happen in this game. Well, actually, he's making some bio, but he's getting +1 attack for mechs, so this is a little strange.
Well, there's your confirmation right there.
Oh, there we go. All right, but he is still making.
It's not just that GuMiho got good with mech, and that's what a lot of people knew him and his like peak as, but I really like the way he plays mech. I feel it's for the most part pretty standard, but he does small things. Like he invented the double Thor drop, right? He really made that popular. He does cool things with mech, and you can tell he enjoys playing it too. So I'm always a fan when I get to see some GuMiho mech action.
Definitely.
Especially when I get to roast up some drones.
Oh yeah, it's a barbecue here. 6, 7 drones going down to that Hellion run by. Absolutely worth it for GuMiho. Considering those Hellions were Hellbats and didn't cancel True's 3rd base, they have also put their weight in gold for GuMiho.
Acrosy in chat. He's a big map maker, for those who don't know. Because we need to start naming maps names like Steve, Fred, Annie. The dude at BaseTrade said so. I'm just saying, if you did, I'd never mess up the pronunciation. I wouldn't have to go through this Olrena versus Olrena or Olrena or whatever Van Eye Research Station bullshit. A biogenesis?
We're going to Onomatopoeia ladder edition.
Like, even if you gotta space it up, right? You can make it so simple. Starbase 47. Like, I don't know. Just simple names, guys.
Photosynthesis.
Like, what the hell was Battle on the Boardwalk, right? Too many syllables.
Good riddance to that map.
Really? As a Terran player?
Yeah, I am one of the few Terrans that just hated playing on it. Oh,
interesting.
Yeah.
As the only consistent map we would see picked by Terrans for the longest time.
Every other Terran, all my Terran friends are like, yeah, man, I free win on this map every time. I'm like, I haven't won on it. I played 3 games on it. I hated it. Never played it again. I went 0-3.
Well, double Thor's coming out. I had briefly referenced this earlier. I mean, I'm not gonna say he invented it. I'm sure somebody else was doing it, right? But GuMiho was the one who really popularized doing this. And this would normally be such a cool move, and I would praise it to the end of the earth, but he actually needs those Thors at home. Turrets will cover him for a little bit, but not all of his base is covered by turrets.
It's not a critically huge amount of Mutalisks. These Thors on the other side of the map are going to do, a little bit, but they're not doing much right now. I actually agree with you. I would bring these Thors home 100%.
That's what he's doing too. He doesn't want these to snowball out of control. I mean, losing a tank's pretty nasty. A couple SCVs with us too. Oh, good luck, Vikings. Vikings were the Terran answer to the question, what could we do for anti-air that was terrible at anti-air?
What can we do for anti-air that's actually a lot better against things that are technically on the ground?
You could tell Vikings are so poorly designed by anti-air because they decided to include a mode where they can attack ground from the ground. That's how good at anti-air Vikings are. They planned for failure.
Then there's the Liberator, which flies, but it's better at shooting the ground and really bad at shooting air.
See, I can kind of wrap my brain around that one, though, right? Because the whole point of the Liberator is, like, kind of twofold. But the Viking is, like, it's a cheap anti-air unit that's terrible at anti-air sometimes. Most of the time, let's be honest. But
yeah, it's good at those big, high hit point single targets, right? That's about it.
Get in, hit the Corruptor, hit and run, like, yeah. But not for dogfights. Speaking of dogfights, we got a pretty big one coming down here. This is not looking so hot for GuMiho unless he gets those tanks sieged up. He's got 3 new ones coming to that front line.
Yeah, I feel like GuMiho can take this fight. This is not a ton of Roaches, Ravagers for True. Gonna get one of those tanks.
Interesting trade here. I don't know what to make of it because Ravagers and Roaches, that supply gets inflated, right? So they're kind of an even supply, but also not really at the same time.
I just really love this this Thor drop play from GuMiho is doing a fair bit here.
Ooh, that micro too.
And yeah, very nice micro. Oh my god.
He's like baiting too. He's like dropping the weak Thor on the front line. Okay, he messes up now, but like he was dropping the weak Thor hoping they would just shoot it. Like so gross. Oh, this is interesting and not a misclick.
Okay.
True's making a lot of swarm hosts.
Deliberate swarm host usage. So swarm hosts are a little bit funny. Like they can actually do really, really well against the Terran. Also, they pad the army supply like crazy. They're 4 supply each. They can be great against Mech Terran, but if the Mech Terran makes lots of Hellions and gets Blue Flame, the swarm hosts will generally not do much at all.
Yeah, Blue Flame is such a big shutdown, and it works twofold. It works great against Broodlings from the Broodlords, and it works amazingly against the Locusts from the Swarm hosts. But the idea here is that True, with such a small amount of them, he could do some really cool run-bys, I think, but this isn't really enough to do an army fight with, even without the Blue Flame factored in.
I mean, there are a lot of Hellbats here. They have Blue Flame and +2. Look at these Locusts do absolutely nothing. Yeah.
Wasted.
And now that's however much army supply doing absolutely nothing for True.
Yeah, choosing a lot of trouble. He's actually supply block too. Vikings taking out the Overlords on the way across the map. There's nothing. He tries to go around the army, and I actually really applaud this effort, but it's not going to stop the army that's here.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's a small cluster of mech here on the right that gets picked up by those Locusts, but the main bowl of mech does not look stoppable right now for True. His counterattack is pretty cool. It's a great idea, but whatever comes out of these factories for GuMiho will shut it down. There's 5 Cyclones on the way. Yes, he'll lose some SCVs, but I don't think GuMiho is going to lose the game.
No, he's entrenched himself in here too, where he's on top of the hive, so if that goes down, there's no hope for Vipers whatsoever. Vikings have also killed so many Overlords at this point. Look at Drew's supply cap. He doesn't even have one. 120 supply.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of Overlords. He's trying to make mutas now. Mutt-Mutts are pretty nice against mech when there's no Thors involved. But I think he's going to take too much damage before these things come out and make a difference.
He's going to be under 100 supply. This is insane. True, in the meantime, has lost his momentum on the other side of the field. GuMiho actually has a spare command center. Chance using that Queen, hoping for the best. Not going to be good enough. It's pretty safe to say. I think we got a GuMiho Deer Grand Finals on deck, Maynard.
Yeah, it's looking like it. He's trying to remake the spawning pool right now, and there are enough Cyclones with the Vikings' help. And True is dead.
20 Overlords died, 66 drones, no big deal.
Yeah. It's all good. It's no problem. Forget about it.
Yo, I actually really like the mutas. The swarm hosts, they're like a thing of the past when it comes to dealing with mech.
Yeah, I feel like even just Hydralisk with Viper is better against mech than swarm hosts. What I didn't like about that game is like I don't like Roach Ravager against Terran in general. I feel like it just is objectively worse than Lingbane Hydra, and I don't like Swarm Hosts against mech. I just really think that mech Terrans are a lot better at Swarm Hosts, dealing with Swarm Hosts than they used to be.
Well, unfortunately,
also they had a slight nerf to movement speed as well. But anyway.
Unfortunately, True and Innovation fall out of the tournament. No prize money for 3rd and 4th place. There's no consolation invites. They're out, and we'll have to come back and try and compete through one of the other, again, 7 qualifiers available to them. But with Deer and GuMiho having qualified through, we now play a final match for a little bit of cash, but also seeding into the groups. We'll discuss that more later, but we're going to play a couple commercials. We have some in-stream ads, guys. I'm going to play a video or two from Tang. They're short, they're sweet, they're actually kind of cool, and we'll be back in a few minutes. So thank you for watching as we prep for the grand finals, best of 5, Deer versus GuMiho.